You wake up tired. Not because your body is exhausted, but because your mind is addicted. Addicted to comfort. Addicted to distraction. Addicted to pleasure. You reach for your phone before you even open your eyes fully. Scroll. Dopamine. Scroll. Escape. And just like that, your day is gone before it even begins. You tell yourself you'll start later. You always say that. Later. But later never comes. Because you've trained your mind to chase pleasure, not purpose. And that's where your life starts slipping through your hands. Not in one big failure, but in small, silent betrayals. Every time you choose comfort over growth. Every time you delay what needs to be done. Every time you trade your future for a temporary feeling. You lose a piece of yourself. Slowly. Quietly. Until one day, you don't even recognize who you've become. There was a man I once heard about. He woke up every day at 5 a.m. Not because he felt like it. Because he had to. Construction worker. Rain or heat, it didn't matter. He showed up. Hands cracked. Back aching. Body screaming. But he kept moving. Not because he loved the pain, but because he had a purpose. A family to feed. A life to build. Now compare that to you. You hesitate to start your work because you're not in the mood. You delay your goals because it feels uncomfortable. You wait for motivation like it's going to knock on your door. It won't. Because purpose doesn't come to the comfortable. It reveals itself to the committed. The ones who move even when they don't feel like it. Especially when they don't feel like it. A lion doesn't wait for motivation to hunt. It hunts because it must. Because if it doesn't, it dies. That's the level you need to operate on. Not I'll do it when I feel ready. But I do it because it must be done. No pleasure. No procrastination. Just purpose. You've been lied to. You were told life is about balance. Work hard, play hard. Reward yourself. Take it easy. But look around. How many people are truly winning with that mindset? Most people are drowning in comfort. Overstimulated. Undisciplined. Lost. Because they built their lives around feeling good, not becoming great. And the truth is brutal. If you keep chasing pleasure, you will never reach your potential. Because pleasure is easy. Purpose is heavy. Pleasure is instant. Purpose is delayed. Pleasure feels good now. Purpose builds something that lasts forever. You can't have both at the same level. At some point, you have to choose. There was a time in your life when you had fire. When you wanted more. When you were hungry. But somewhere along the way, you got comfortable. You started negotiating with yourself. Just one more video. Just one more break. I'll start tomorrow. And tomorrow became a habit. A dangerous one. Because procrastination doesn't just steal your time. It kills your identity. It turns you into someone who talks, but doesn't act. Dreams, but doesn't execute. Wants, but never becomes. And deep down, you feel it. That quiet frustration. That voice in your head saying, you're wasting your life. But instead of facing it, you distract yourself again. More pleasure. More escape. More delay. It's a loop. And you're stuck in it. Until you decide to break it. There was a soldier standing in the middle of a battlefield. Chaos everywhere. Gunfire. Explosions. Fear in the air. He didn't freeze. He didn't hesitate. He moved. Not because he wasn't afraid, but because hesitation meant death. That's the mindset. You don't wait. You move. You act. You execute. Because every second you delay, your life is slipping away. You think you have time. You don't. Time is the one thing you never get back. And every moment you waste chasing pleasure is a moment stolen from your purpose. Let that sink in. Every scroll, every delay, every excuse, it's costing you the life you say you want. And here's the part nobody tells you. Purpose doesn't feel good in the beginning. It feels heavy. It feels uncomfortable. It feels like resistance. Like pushing against a wall that won't move. But that's the test. That's the filter. Most people quit right there. They go back to pleasure. Because it's easier. Because it's familiar. Because it doesn't challenge them. But the ones who push through, they break the wall. And on the other side is a different life. A life built on discipline, on focus, on execution. That's where confidence comes from. Not from thinking, from doing, from proving to yourself day after day that you can move without excuses, that you can act without hesitation, that you can choose purpose over pleasure. You don't need motivation. You need standards. Standards so high that procrastination isn't even an option. Standards so strong that comfort becomes uncomfortable. Standards that force you to act, no matter what. Because when your standards change, your life changes. So here's what you do. You cut the distractions. Not reduce. Cut the things that steal your time. The things that weaken your focus. The things that feed your addiction to pleasure. You remove them. Ruthlessly. You create structure. A plan. A system. Because without structure, you fall back into chaos. You start your day with purpose. Not your phone. Not your feelings. Purpose. You move before your mind has time to negotiate. Because your mind will lie to you. It will tell you to rest. To delay. To wait. You don't listen. You act. You build momentum. And once you start, you don't stop. You finish what you begin. Because that's what builds discipline. Not starting. Finishing. Every time you finish something you said you would do, you become stronger. More focused, more dangerous, and slowly, you become the man you've been trying to be. Not through motivation, through action, relentless action. No pleasure, no procrastination, just purpose. This is the line. On one side, comfort, distraction, regret. On the other, discipline, focus, fulfillment. You can't stand in the middle forever. At some point, you have to choose. So choose. Right now. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. Because your life is being shaped by what you do in this moment. And if you keep choosing pleasure, you will build a life you hate. But if you choose purpose, every single day, no matter how hard it gets, you will build a life that most people only dream about. The question is, which side are you on? If this message lit a fire in you, then it's time to act. Drop this in the comments right now. I choose purpose over pleasure every single day, so that I know you stayed all the way till the end, and you will execute without hesitation and stop delaying your life.